Fame in the wrestling business only lasts a lifetime for a select few, and the following 10 performers are very much proof of that. Snitsky. No matter what you think of him today, Snitsky's entry into the WWE was amazing, and his character was thrilling straight from the get-go. It's the stuff that wouldn't pass today. Before the time, it was just so wacky you couldn't help but enjoy it. And it led to his signature catchphrase, "It wasn't my fault." Since 2008, when he left the WWE, he has failed in an attempt to become an actor, but is the quote-unquote celebrity face of the power pressure cooker from TriStar Products, Spike Dudley. There's no way a man of Spike Dudley's size should have succeeded, but his success in ECW continued well into his WWE run. As the miniature brother of both Bubba Ray and Devon, he found great success and was well loved by fans worldwide. That didn't last, however, and the man known as Spike is now settled down with his wife Vicky and 2 children. After a stint on the independents, he opted for a normal life and now works as a financial transition specialist. Kevin Thorn. WWE repackaged Kevin Thorn several times, but the fans simply didn't want to see the supernatural Mordecai or the vampire Thorn compete. Due to this, the man was released twice during the 2000s, the last coming in 2009, and he hasn't been seen since. He used this fame for his own behalf though, and carved out an impressive career in places such as Japan and Mexico, and is still involved in the wrestling business today. Kizarny. If you blinked in 2008, you probably missed the very brief career of the Carney known as Kizarny. The vignettes aired for several weeks, and most people thought it wouldn't last for long, but he was gone before we knew it. He used his small amount of fame to continue wrestling with PWG and Chikara, and on top of his wrestling commitments to this day, he is a tattoo artist in Las Vegas. Paul London. Paul London teamed with Brian Kendrick to become the longest reigning tag team champions in history up to that point, and things looked good for the duo. Unfortunately, management were more interested in his partner, and we never saw much of the athletic London after that. He's still active in wrestling, however. We see him today in the wacky Lucha Underground as a cult leader, showing off the charisma we didn't see in the WWE. Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was touted as the next big thing in wrestling, for obvious reasons, but it never panned out the way it was supposed to. After failing to get over the way WWE had hoped, Lashley was injured and subsequently let go in 2007. Since then, he's gone on to wrestle for TNA, competing quite successfully in mixed martial arts, and is one performer on the list who feasibly could return to the WWE. Simon Dean. After performing with the BWO, Simon Dean came to the WWE and was transformed into a fitness guru who promoted his fitness program called the Simon System. Unsurprisingly, the gimmick didn't last, and after serving as a trainer for WWE, he was released in 2007. He went into retirement and became a mortgage broker. That was until 2009, when the itch to wrestle became too great, and he came out of retirement. He hasn't done much of note since though, continuing to wrestle very small independent promotions. Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick had a great run as a tag champion with Paul London, and was an entertaining mid-carder, but was surprisingly let go by WWE. He spent a few years in TNA, and after his standout performance in the CWC, WWE decided to bring him back full-time in 2016. It's hard to say how long this will last, but Kendrick has full command of his character, and has never looked better in his time with the company. Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan was a good performer, but was unfortunately given a terrible gimmick with even worse timing. He was portraying a man of Arab American heritage, and it made for some very uncomfortable television. He was removed following some questionable segments that aired the same day as the London bombings, and that was never mentioned again. He has stayed out of the spotlight since this, becoming a high school vice principal. Chris Masters. Chris Masters had everything the WWE was looking for in the 2000s, but unfortunately was pushed to the main event way too quickly. Since his time in WWE, however, Masters has traveled the world and become the performer the WWE had hoped for, and is the genuine main eventer in any independent promotion he goes to. WWE were right to let him go, but if they were patient and let him develop, Masters could have been the biggest star in the company during the current PG era. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe, and remember, fame never lasts forever, and like Triple H, always have a plan B.